Yeah, Stacey, it must be a good feeling to have won the Pacific Championships in the way that you did it, especially after last year.
Yeah, no, it certainly is. Obviously the disappointment of last year, but I thought we were heading in a really good direction. What we did, like I've said it before, we debuted a lot of players, and a lot of them were back again this year, and I think the team just grew and grew. So they're a special bunch of boys, and we've got a really good group of staff, and obviously the leadership of the team is player driven. They're really connected as a group.
You needed a lot of resilience out there. Obviously Samoa, they came out hard and they led 14-6 at half time.
No, they did. and we knew that. We spoke about the start a lot in all these games. You got to get your start right, and it was, they got the jump on us a bit, but look, we weathered it a bit. We created a lot of opportunities. We just couldn't quite finish it off. We got held up over the line 3 times, and they're tough games for especially for our middle forwards to get on the front foot. But they weathered the storm, and then the guys that come off the bench got the joys out of it.
So is there something to be said that in the last few years there's been a lot of talk about the rise of the Pacific, that being Samoa and Tonga, but New Zealand's almost become this forgotten powerhouse in the sport, and it feels like after a result like today that probably won't be the forgotten powerhouse going into next year's World Cup.
You're not. No, I mean, these guys don't know that. No. They know differently for us. They're world class players. What these guys do in the middle, and then obviously having someone like Kieran Foran to get the team around the field, and the outside backs. There's some skill in there. So yeah, I felt like we went under the radar a little bit, which was good. But you got to take your hat off to Tonga and Samoa with how they went about things and how their fans support the game. It's just great for the game.
For a guy like Kieran, who's had like an absolute rollercoaster of a career, like it seemed like it was going to be over at any point so many times, to finish with a trophy in his hands, winning for New Zealand, like what can you say about him?
Oh, just a special person. He means so much to everyone in this group. He's part of the leadership group, and he just he bleeds black. He's just a wonderful person to have around the group. He takes a lot of pressure off this guy. As far as leadership goes, and it's just what a way for him to finish off an outstanding career.
Fish, Naufahu Whyte tonight and Erin Clark, it felt like those two were really, really impressive as long as that game went on. Like the whole pack, what can you say about this pack? Because it's not only powerful, but it feels like a very mobile pack as well.
Yeah, I think all 3 of the young boys off the bench were really good. Naufahu, Erin and Xavier. They just come and do their thing. Like, obviously, me, Moses and Joey Taps start the game, but when those boys came on tonight, it definitely bring the impact, and obviously we started scoring a little bit more. I think it might have been the point of difference when they came on, so they're definitely heading the right track, and super proud of those young fellas.
Can you just feel that, I guess, the upward trend this team is on going into next year?
Yeah, well, we're building, you know what I mean? Obviously, one step at a time, but our mission was to win this, and when next year comes, I think the boys will be ready. And saying that, a lot of boys missed out on this campaign. Leota, Thompson, Griffin, Neame, Will Warbrick, like a lot of quality players. So it's good for our team, and it's a good headache. But in saying that, everyone else that's sort of leaning towards Samoa and Tonga, I love and respect that. But I think it's really galvanizing our group, and it just shows out there that the boys bleed black, and it's just great to see.
Is it, Fish, the depth that this squad's now got? You mentioned the players that aren't here. Heading into the World Cup, is that as good as it's been at any time that you've played?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to speak on that, but I just think we're in a good spot right now. But we're just going to enjoy this moment.
So you seem to have, like, you've had, even in the squad that you picked, you had some injuries, some key players that got injured in the first game, and, like, you know, everybody just stepped up. You didn't miss a beat because you've got players now that can, I don't know, they have that belief, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly, and I think, like, it's the next man up, but everyone wants to play in that black jersey, you know, so the love for the jersey is definitely there, and it's good to see.
Stace, what can you say about Dylan Brown? I think he's won player of the match in all 3 games.
Has he? Wow. Well, you know, he's a special player too. He obviously got the off the back of what the forwards were doing, and you know, Dylan's strength is his run game, and he did it from day dot. He wanted, you know, his hands on the ball all the time, and he was a real threat the whole 3 games, and kept it simple for Dylan. And yeah, he's had a wonderful tournament.
He's had an up and down season. Hasn't played a lot of footy, to be honest, this year. Do you have any concerns about him coming in and?
Oh look, you know, and I sort of probably can understand what was happening with him, but I was in constant conversations around it, and when they started playing centre for Parramatta, that was a good sign for me that at least he was playing footy, and then he got a game in the halves. And the one thing about Dylan, he keeps himself in good nick, you know, and he's a footy player, and the main message for us, for Dylan, was we're not overcomplicate it for him.